You've done all you can. Now wait. Okay, that's a message coming through. I actually think this isn't about waiting for something specific. It's actually about surrendering. This is somebody who you've there's been a lot of endurance. So your strength of character has, it's like it's amplified, you know, you've already solidified in who you truly are because of whatever you've been going through. And there's been a lot, okay. I'm also being guided to say as you surrender to this, allow yourself to enjoy this time. So do the things that you love to do, like your inner child would love, you know, things, you know, that make your heart smile. Okay, that's really important. So it's about you, you know, it's not about other people. This kind of period of time, it's really looking after you. It's really important. The color light blue is huge. Whoever this is, color light blue. I'm also hearing overflowing. Okay, I'm already seeing a beautiful light blue stream, actually, really beautiful. Okay, so let me see, who is this message for? What is the message? Literally the stork, could be traveling right now. Okay, the stork. Number 17, transformation, change. This is what it says, just allow yourself time, because this is all about being restless. Okay, that's interesting. So you've done all you can, so you're restless because there's something you're waiting for. And I don't think, like I say, it's not like an unhealthy, you know, you're waiting for something that's going to validate you, an attachment or something. There's something about this. I think maybe you're waiting for a green light or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Arrive, depart, move, renovate, pregnancy. I'm literally seeing someone waiting for the birth of a child as well. Like, you know, it's coming to, you know, it's coming time, delivery, the delivery day is soon. And doesn't even have to be a child. It could genuinely be something that you've been working towards. Okay, interesting. Could be moving as well here. Moving overseas, maybe even this is about traveling. There's movement for sure. Going places, enterprise. Swift. Okay, so. And that is a light blue, actually. Interesting. This is about marriage as well, this card is. As a side note, anyway. Belief systems have changed massively. Number 36. This is about a change of heart as well. So there's a transition. Wherever somebody, I think that they maybe they weren't ready, or they didn't want. They thought they didn't. You know, there was a lot they had to work through. They're becoming more. It's like their internal value system. You know, I said the strength of character has solidified. It's like the internal value system is now driving them towards that direction. They've released themselves from this consciousness that was actually adapted by their environment. It wasn't necessarily themselves. This is why they're restless, because they want to move in this new, very new for them direction. And there's many opportunities here. They know this. Number 27. Wow. They could be literally moving from their environment as well. An environment that wasn't healthy for them, that wasn't supporting their growth, you know, the expansion of their actual divine self that they're moving towards. The coffin. Number 8, number 9. I'm seeing that next to the church. There could have been actually a funeral or something. But this really is about endings, you know. I think someone's coming out of this energy. I think maybe they've been in a period of grief or something, you know. It could be anything that has been released, but they themselves felt really discouraged for a long period of time because, like I say, the environment wasn't supporting them, okay. Maybe they do feel a bit, I don't know, they've had this energy of feeling defeated, and maybe it's over and done or something. But again, there's this energy of they've been working towards something. That's what that initial message is. You've done all you can. Milky Way. They could be quite have a lot of connections, be well connected online, fame, that kind of thing. Could be something for them. Feminine energy. Okay. Feminine energy. I've just heard missing you. I've literally just heard missing you. Maybe this is, okay, we'll find out. Sunrise. Darkest before dawn. There's a happy beginning, a fresh start, a brighter future. As you overcome these obstacles, you awaken. And therefore clarity comes through. You know, it's like I'm seeing this, you know, that light shining there. Something might have ended, but it needs to, but there's light ahead. There's light ahead. Might be a bit of a surprise for you, whoever this is. The sky is important. I don't know about the sky. There's been obstacles. So this isn't the first time wherever this new thing is that wants to come through has tried. But this is, again, where there's change. You know, there's been distance here as well. There's something about distance. Again, the card of traveling, 21 and 8 could be important. Lakes and streams are an important sign for whoever this is, okay? Someone's pride could have really gotten in the way here. So now that they're removing these belief systems, they're recognizing this energy, this firefly, number 11, someone exceptional. This is a lot of self-discovery for someone to get to this point, which means that environment wasn't, like I said, wasn't supporting this version of them. There's illumination, there's something really magical here, and you know that it was almost like it was just really, there was a very negative perspective on the version of who they truly are at their core, so they weren't accepting themselves. This was one of their blocks, you know, and this is where they've been gaining, like I say, light codes have been streaming through, this illumination, this fire to want to proceed, you know, because they are that fire. Soul spark, it says. Okay, so that's what's ended. It's come out with the coffin. Okay, so the karmic cycles, the wheel here, number 2, forces of the universe. It literally says it's out of your hands, and that message was you've done all you can. So sometimes it's about allowing divine to align things as well. Okay, so destiny is part of the cycles that needed to be played out. Okay, but you know, I think as a result of wherever this is that's ending, someone's beginning to see certain actual physical synchronicities taking place in their life. It's like things are suddenly sliding into place in a way that it's like it was stuck before. Okay, communication, letter. It feels like they've been going around and around in their own mind, you know. This is finally the thing that's closing out. Really good. Number 3, the North Star, inner guidance, direction, core values. I did say that about your value systems are strengthened, and this come out with the feminine. So I'm getting 2 things. The feminine feels like she is the North Star. She is that direction ahead, you know, the true path, the certainty. But also she's finding this herself, within herself. Her inner knowing, there's clarity with, again, clarity is here. And, you know, there's something about confidence that's really important for this feminine energy. Protection, divinely protected. Again, feminine. Okay. Pressure's on. This is why the pressure's on. Because there's been so many obstacles and hurdles in the way of that new beginning. I think someone needs to realise how much they wanted this new beginning. If they had got it before all the obstacles that were coming in the way, they wouldn't have been as passionate about this new beginning, and so it wouldn't have been so solidified in them knowing who they are and what they want. That's why these obstacles had to come in the way, because they were blocking whoever this is. And now it's like, oh, let's get it going. Number 32. Bold, goal-oriented, breaking limits, live fast, action, doing it now, taking those risks. There's determination here to move in this direction. Again, another card of your inner guidance system is someone exceptional. Whoever this is, part of your purpose specifically is to be that light, guiding light here for the people who you are here to be in service to. This is a really big, important message, whoever this is. So the institutional way of thinking that has been conditioned in a lot of people's minds, you've massively been breaking through that. I want to make that clear, whoever this is for. That's a big part of your service here, your purpose. This is your right direction now. This, you're someone exceptional, your magic, the light cards you've been receiving as a result of you understanding yourself more, discovering yourself. Again, another card of illumination together. This is it. Again, gaining clarity, navigating those obstacles. That's where you want to move forwards now, because you know this is the right passage, the right direction, and it's safe. It's safe. Because I think before you were taught to believe it's not, that you were, you know, something that should be hidden, or, you know, it's not, it's taboo. You're breaking through that. Good for you. Because what I'm seeing here is, like I said, this is your connection to your divine path, your true path. That's divinely guided, not in chains by human egoic conditioned systems. Okay, that's why it's powerful. Number 5 and 7. That's why that card was saying protection specifically, because I feel like you need to hear that message, the divine protection, and to call on that. You know, includes looking after yourself. This is a card of health as well, actually. So there's vitality that's coming back to you, because this, whatever this is now ending, this karmic energy, and I honestly think it's to do with you finally saying yes and being so sure and certain of your path now, that before you had to really work through the obstacles there. Personal growth, your roots, fertility, a card of fertility as well. That's twice now that's come through. So remember how I said it's like there's a due date, you know. And your connection to source, just as we were saying there, your connection to divine is really important. Past lives. So this has been a karmic cycle that has been, it's from past lives. It's something that needed to be cleared through. And, you know, honouring yourself and your truth is actually a really big deal. People don't realise that, because that means you're now on your path. As your dharma is unfolding, you're really honouring the purpose that you have on a soul level, and that's what you're doing right now. So that's a really big thing to reach that at this point in your entire soul journey. That's why it says personal growth, you know, and that's where there's soul spark. That's that discovery. It's beautiful. Your health's going to be increasing. I don't know how that felt there, but that was there too. So this is a child. It's a girl child. Number 13, J. So yeah, new perspective, okay. But this at the bottom of the deck as well. The megaphone. This is really about. This says a major announcement as well, actually. But finding your shine again. Again, a wider audience could be important for you, increasing your visibility. You are being guided to. This is what I keep saying. Your light is here for a reason. You need that. You need to learn how to honor that, to actually access it and not deny it, and not be afraid of it, afraid of your own light, thinking you're too much, or, you know, you're here for the right people, not for everyone. And I think maybe that was one of the obstacles. The people around you mentioned that. Chandelier, number 36 again. 36 is important. Status. This is your true path, by the way. The direction you're going in now, your core values are taking to your North Star, which is solidified in yourself. The certainty here, the status, luxury, elegance, enlightenment, illumination again. Refinement, sophistication. So this has been happening over time for you as you've been maturing. Okay, romance, beauty, legacy, celebration, tradition. Legacy has given me that Capricorn energy as well. Okay, there's balance. Let's get some more. Some clarity. Yeah. Right, you might be worried about your finances, is what I'm hearing. But there's something about, maybe this is why you want to, there's something about pressures aren't urgent. That's why you're being guided. You've done all you can. So just be patient with this. Because there is something about your income stream. Basically, whatever this block was that you're finally clearing through, this karmic cycle from across lifetimes, it's clearing through your abundance block. Okay, it's helping you to do that. So any anxieties and fears, like I said, do things that are going to make your heart smile while this period of time is taking place, because that's going to really help you to stay in this energy of receiving, okay, and not get stuck in stress. You know, looking after your health is important. Yeah, this is why it's been so big for you, because you've had to learn how to steer your own path. You've had to do that by yourself. No one's told you instructions. This is why it's such a big deal for you. Number 15. So do what you can to stay on top of your mental and physical health is what I'm getting here as well. Okay, really important for you, because you're going to need to hold it down when this comes in. So you're going to need to be grounded. Okay, so nervous system regulation, emotional regulation, okay. Meditation, breathe through, whatever works for you, okay. That other card did say meditation before, that was at the bottom. So wisdom, mastery, you're becoming the expert, and this is where you're going to be going places. Guiding. I did say there's something about you're here to be a guiding light for people. It's beautiful. This is going to be your freedom, believe it or not, even though it doesn't feel like it right now. Like I say, you allow this stress to come through, stay on top of it. The lucky clover. Ooh, a reward, good fortune. Okay. Ooh. What else? Anything else for you? Then we'll move on to the other deck. I actually really want to get that deck now. I feel ready. I'm going to see if there's anything else. But you know what? I'm going to get the other deck. Again, the change, the transition. Okay. This is where it is. It's that you feel like things are 50-50. So they're not in your control, basically, some things. Like, yeah. So it feels a bit fluid, you know. This is where you're being guided to look after your emotional health, not to attach, to release. The Empress, yeah, to get in your divine feminine flow, to magnetize what is yours, honoring that, you know. Her connection to divine is so powerful. it's powerful because she's needed here for that very reason. That's why she is and how she is that guiding light. So honor yourself and your intuition as well. Is something about that's powerful. Okay, Uranus, the Fool. Wow, this is it. Innovation is an opportunity, jumping in. This is so different to where you've come from. It almost feels like you're rebelling. You know, I said this feels taboo or something. It's like you're rebelling from the norm, the tradition that you were brought up around. You've had to really be so anchored and enjoying in yourself, in your truth, and not just fall into patterns that, again, the Emperor, that from across lifetimes you probably have. It's a big deal that you're clearing this out now. Really important. Okay, the Virgo card. Expect the unexpected here. So that's the Hermit. So again, this is another confirmation. Like, just step into yourself. You have been going through a lot of soul searching here, enlightenment, to ensure that this is the right path for you, is what I'm getting. You have to honor your truth. You know, wherever your soul calls you, it's calling you there for a reason, because that's how the unfold can take place. You know, it doesn't feel like there's ever any guarantees as such. And everything that you decide along the way is going to determine how your destiny unfolds as it is. You'll always have decisions to make. That's where your free will comes through. As you have been in this hermit mode, this solitude is seeking internal enlightenment, finding that light that now you're here to shine, right? You're getting ready. This is where you've really begin to honor what feels right to you. Honor that internal alignment, you know, where your heart has always pulled you towards. Maybe you did feel a bit different as you were growing up, you know. I've just heard you were always meant for more. Maybe you felt like that and you heard that as well. So you had to be tested in character to ensure that you can hold this down. Allow divine timing, literally. Kind of allow divine timing. This is timeless, as are you. Life force, source energy. So again, connecting to divine is important for you. Allow this divine timing to unfold. You've had to really learn that, I think, you know, the hard way. The star, releasing that excessive control, right? Look at that. The Saturn, the world, closing out those cycles. Inspiration, this is coming. The star, the star is like this beautiful wish come true, you know. This, I always say, it's like divine is pouring down that star into your hands and you get to pour it wherever you want to pour it, you know. It's beautiful. There's inspiration, there's hope, there's faith, there's healing, there's altruism, you know. So being there for others as well. And so, you know, don't forget Virgo that came out. That is a very giving energy, generally the energy, right? So you're in, and I kept saying something about you being in service, and that's what it is. You know, you are here to be in service, whoever this is. No wonder the anxiety card came through. Another Virgo energy. You don't have to be Virgo, by the way. It's just the energy that's coming through. Okay. We've also got water on the table. Oh my God, literally. So you are finding your alignment. That's the Lovers. That's how you're learning to follow your truth, your heart. Where's your heart been pulling you all along? And you know, I said you're finding your alignment. That's what's helping you now. You're going to be attracting the right, divinely aligned people, connections, partnerships, you know. You're becoming more open to that, receiving that as well. Whereas before, I think because of everything that I mentioned, you were probably a bit more unsure and uncertain. It triggered that anxiety in you, that fear, you know. Even this, I'm hearing something about fear of losing. So maybe a fear of loss. Okay, so maybe you do have a fear of abandonment. Or, you know, something like this. Leo, Strength card. We've literally got Leo, the Lovers. We've got Strength, the Lovers. Okay. Courage, I'm thinking hearing the heart, strength of the heart, you know. Courage, confidence, persuasion. Don't forget Leo rules the heart. So this is a really big, important part of this message for whoever this is, okay? This is, again, your wisdom is your power, your internal knowledge, the ability you have to shine that light and really, you know, let yourself be heard by the right people who need you, the ones who also need to break free into their truth. Again, another confirmation that this is where you have been becoming way more grounded in yourself, you know, whilst there's been this period where it felt like things were stuck, there wasn't movement, right? But you needed to become so sure, like I said, in yourself, and that's where I think you've gained this new level of trust within you. You know, I said you had this fear of loss, this losing, maybe even abandonment wounds, right? You become way more internally dependent on yourself. That's powerful. So during this time where it felt like things were stuck, you've actually been grounding into yourself more than you realize maybe. And this is where your courage is coming from to move forwards now. You know, that's really beautiful. Okay. So Earth sign is here as well. Earth signs. Yeah, confirmations, the Hanged Man. You know, this is where the Neptune has come out retrograde as well. So this could be where there's about to be something that needed to, you know, the veil that needed to be removed. That's what's been happening for you. This illusionary state, this escapism, your spiritual growth has really evolved during this time, and it had to. So I always say the Hanged Man is like that sacred pause. You know, you're learning a lot. You're gathering so much more information for yourself. There's this new perspective, and for you it's been massively internal. I want to make it clear. You've had maybe even a long period of solitude. Truly. I also feel like this come through for a reason, but I feel like somebody else has been detached from you. And I don't think you've realised that this needed to happen so you could massively level up and grow. Just as I said that. The twin flame card. That makes so much sense then. So that's what's happened. So this stuckness, this Hanged Man, it's a separation that you're in with your person. Your mirror, your reflection, your divine counterpart, you know. And this is also where you've been finding that inner balance between your inner yin and yang, 1111, that we keep going on about, keeps coming through. So that's a reason that, again, Virgo's an important energy here, okay. Could be this season as well. Okay, let's see. Anything else? I don't want to go back to that deck. Oh, look at her. She came through. This is where you've been stepping up into your Empress. You had to. You had to have this time. And I feel like now you're finally realising that, but there's still this energy where there's just that stress that can come over you. You know, that's why it's like pressure's on. You need to release this attachment to time and expectation on time limit. That's a really big lesson for whoever this is, because don't forget, whatever you've just closed out is from lifetimes. A karmic cycle you have been going through it from across lifetime. That is a big deal. So you need to honor this, and that's where you're going to actually begin to take care of your health even more, instead of staying attached to that outcome. And I feel like you are more detached than you ever have been, if I'm honest. Sagittarius season, this is within 14 to 30 days, and then this is a kind of communication developing, so there's a reason for that. Okay. I'm just going to quickly see if there's any last cards, and then I actually want to get the oracle cards as well. So the twin flame ones, I want to see if there's any messages from your person, but we'll see. Literally, as I said, that card of communication. The Magician, which rules Virgo. Things are going to manifest, come into fruition for you. When I say manifest, you know, I'm not from a place of ego. Like I say, you've been finding your divine alignment. You're understanding your truth away from the egoic structures around you, as we've mentioned, all of that stuff. Things are going to come through quick for you, quicker than you realise. That's why you're being guided to just, you've done what you can. So step back. Now start to do the things you love. Because the more you do the things you love, you're more in that energy of just receiving. You know, you're magnetic, you have a glow. You know, without feeling the stress and the anxiety of loss and lack. Because that's another thing that you've been massively healing through from across lifetimes, winter time. This is, I'm talking about within this this current year, before 2026 starts, something is unfolding. Whoa, that's come through for a reason, because I wouldn't just say that. A rebirth. Whoa. I'm going to get tarot. See if there's just anything else. Right, your intuition. Cancer sign energies. Okay, that's really interesting. So summertime could be important. I think that for the past 3 months, something has been coming into your intuition, and you've had this like feeling that something's coming, but there's just been these things that you've had to end. And I don't even think it's just you. I think whoever you're connected to, don't forget, if you're on this twin flame journey, you're energetically and emotionally intertwined, you know? So it's kind of like when they're, you know, you both shift in different ways, and it has to fit, you know. I'm seeing the helix that, you know, that you've had to align. And I'm talking about not physically, literally your soul star chakra, you know. I'm gonna get these. I want to get all the decks. Okay, let me get another card of enlightenment. Illumination, sorry. Well, it says both, but still. 26, light bulb. I'm seeing an actual light bulb. Maybe you need to get one. There's one lying around or something. Aha moment, discovery, breakthrough, reveal. This is what's coming then. Realization, epiphany, invention as well. Something you're working on. Okay. Anything else? Then we're going to get tarot. Yeah, community. So whatever's coming through, it's going to come through your community, something that you're connected to. And I do think this could be something to do with, you know how I said that, something about the status, a luxury, that kind of thing. Something about that's coming through for you, okay? Public venues, number 20 and 8. A society, a party, meeting, community, okay? Outdoors. This is where this realization is going to come through. This aha moment, this breakthrough, it feels like you're going to finally have physical proof that you've closed out that cycle. Ooh, look at the masculine. Ah, look, this is where you're stepping up. This is that bear. I feel like part of me is like, okay, no, that's what, okay. So as you step into this comes through. Interesting. So the more you're stepping into this, your leader, by the way, 15 and 10, boss, CEO, protective, finance, again, a kind of affluence. You had to learn that you can handle this yourself. I don't know if there's something, with get tarot, I don't know if there's father wounds or something, but you had to work on your inner masculine massively to recognize you can hold it down. You can hold it down. You don't need external energies. Oh my God, that communication bridge. Whoa, okay. You don't need the external to validate you, to provide for you, to make you feel safe. You have this within you, and this is where your connection to divine is strengthening, because you're understanding the power of that divinity. Tarot, what's been going on here and what is to come? Let's find out. Oh my God, literally the 8 of Wands, and this is in reverse, and it says on here slowing down. So it's like you want to go that pressure zone, you know, because of all the obstacles and hurdles you've had to truly face. But pause. Everything's aligning perfectly, believe it or not. Oh my God, yeah, temperance. So yeah, there's balance taking place now. You can't see it, but there's a reason this is happening the way it is. Okay, so as this is happening, like I said, stay grounded, but also there's something about, you know, when this keeps coming through, when your emotions and your mental health spiral, or you feel that trigger within you, especially if you're on this twin flame journey, you're going to be feeling those almost like nudges and of dysregulation within your system. This is your opportunity to come back to yourself. Yeah, 6 of Swords, so you can move towards calmer waters on the other side, which is where you're going, okay? Steady. There's a steadiness here that's required of you. Steady, I'm hearing steady and run, okay? So it's kind of like you need to steady yourself before you run, okay? Must make sense to them. Maybe someone truly does run. Okay. Don't think that this means there isn't a path ahead. The path is opening. This is where your faith is going to be needed. Okay. Just be guiding. You just picture being guided to just take a pause, a moment, allow it to unfold. Okay. Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins. She's abundant. She is that garden that came through. You know, she's a nurturer. People come to her for that guiding light that you are. Okay. That's a beautiful energy. Really beautiful. Earth sign again, so that truly could be relevant here. It feels like it is. You're a giver. You're naturally a giver. That's why you're being guided to just pause, because you don't want to fall back into old patterns, and it's just divinely orchestrated. You won't even realize it's happening. That's why when you allow yourself to pause, you find this inner balance before the action is taken, or even before it comes to you. You'll be in a much more steady, stable space to receive that and handle it. Be able to handle it. Be able to hold it down. You know, like that beautiful bear. There's mama bear as well, so I said that there's something about children. That Queen of Coins is very nurturing. Something about children is important here. Okay. We heard also you could even be working with children or something like that. And your inner child is the reason. So whatever you went through as a child, it's actually a part of the path you had to go through to recognize your light, your magic, your true spark. And I honestly think it was heavy, truly. Ah, Ace of Cups. You've got the Two of Cups here as well, you know. So this really wants to come through. But before this comes through, you're being guided to reflect. Reflect on your heart space. Reflect on everything that you've, you know, I think this is a lesson that you've been learning, if I'm honest, so that you don't prevent this path from opening and coming your way. you know. Especially with the enlightenments that are about to come through, the truths, the revelations, give yourself time to receive that. You know, this Empress here, she's in this kind of charming, graceful, you know, pleasureful space. She's attracting, yes, she needs to be mindful of what she's attracting, but also the energy that it's bringing up in her, you know, so she can align correctly. This is balance, this is true balance. The cup of emotion, so you need to keep your cup of emotion balanced, because like I said, there's something about your inner child triggers that are a powerful part of your journey and are what's helping you to become this beautiful queen of coins, nurturing as well, but also your path, your purpose path. It's part of that, so honor that when those triggers come through. Take some time out, you know, really, you have to look after yourself too. I think there's something big about money for you that's going to come in. I don't think you're expecting it. This is where the right people come in. You know, this is where you're not going to attach from any unhealthy wounds or whatever. This is where it's, you know, coming together to do it together when things seem impossible. Remember, it's not a word. I am possible, impossible. There are people around you that you're going to align with. Now that you're finding this within yourself, and like I said, maybe you haven't had that. Maybe you found it difficult, you know, to connect with others. You've had to, again, that's been part of your childhood, but this is beautiful. This is about doing it together, you know, to create that beautiful picture, you know, it's whatever it is that you bring. And it's actually something physical, I want to make it clear. So maybe this is you working in a team, maybe a new team or something, you know, creating your own audience. Oh, the love is there as well. Okay, this is the moon. So I think there's something about your mental health really important here. Okay, so the subconscious mind, I think that you're becoming way more on top of this, and that's powerful. That's going to help you to accept this union that wants to come through. Okay, and alignment. Oh, the King of Wands could be a fire sign. Wants to come through for sure. This subconscious mind, you know, I think that you're very intuitive. In fact, I think you might be someone who's very good at looking at other people and understanding their psyche. That's interesting. You're also learning when to communicate and what to communicate. So again, that's a divine feminine quality. She knows when her voice is going to be valued, you know, versus when to just keep her energy to herself, if you will, you know. That's where the right people are there. Okay, decisive moment, end of a chapter. You're going to have a decision to make. This is where you're being guided to pause, reflect, whatever this decision is. Because this end of a chapter, we already mentioned there's a cycle closing, is karmic energy. This is where you're going to need some time to just reflect on this, truly. Because this is going to be what helps you make the decisions moving forward, which is a big deal. Don't get stuck in your head. Okay? That's your guidance that's coming through, like I say. If you want to do that, it's up to you. Yeah, literally the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is one of your biggest obstacles internally. You know, being cut off to your heart space and getting into really hyper independence come through for a reason, but also this wounded need to protect myself, where, you know, and do it for myself, you know. Something about that, because this Hierophant's here. This is you reaching high level. It's coming like this because this is going to be the thing that you need to work on. This is the end of a chapter for you. That's why I keep saying receive, because it's finally you allowing yourself to receive, believe it or not, whatever this is. Connect to your emotions from a healthy space. It's important. Otherwise, you will get trapped in your mind because your logic's taking over, trying to give you reasons to pull you away. Okay, the Tower, my God. Let's get some more information here. And when things do feel like this, an upheaval, you've been through so much, truly. You know, this is where your internal grounded energy is going to come through. This is where you need to be mindful to stay on top of that. The divine energy, your connection to divine just keeps coming through. So again, Nine of Cups, this is an internal thing, you know. This really is an internal thing. So whether you want that emotional fulfillment or not is going to be how you handle it. Again, I think something about abandonment is a really big deal for you. Okay, and that's not something that's easy to overcome at all. And it can come through with littlest things, you know, but I keep hearing, you know, it's not as bad as it seems is what I've heard. So there's a reason that's come through. So recognize, You know, you don't want to do the whole mountain out of a molehill or whatever. Okay. What else are you moving forwards? Oh, the Emperor. Whoa, the Fool. Oh, the Ten of Swords. Oh, the Devil. What? I feel like this is an internal thing for you, because the Emperor's come out in reverse, and that's the excessive control that is finally closing out. You're releasing control, you're surrendering. And that is where this free-spirited, beautiful, divine energy can come through you. And divine can finally allow themselves to give to you, where you're ready to receive and not trying to excessively control everything, because your mind is telling you, oh my God, this means this means this. I need to, you know, guards up and stuff. You're releasing it, you're understanding the flow that needs to take place. That's why at the beginning of the message was not having expectation, because this is big for you. This strings attached, this codependent energy, because it's addictive. Codependency is an addiction, you know. Sometimes you think it's love because that's the foundation that you've been brought upon. You know, I'm not saying there are different kinds of love, right? But when you're codependent to something, you're attached to it. It means you're not going to let it go, because it's validating something in you, a need within you. This is where you are coming as a Queen of Coins, because you're learning how to do that for yourself. So your love can truly pour through. That Ace of Cups. That's why give to yourself during this time. It's coming through. End of this dark, heavy chapter. Your vitality is going to increase, because you're finally understanding it was never about attachment. That's why that pressure's on energy. You're being guided to just, it's okay. Release it. Free spirit, free-spirited energy here with that Fool. Really beginning, really beautiful, because that Ten of Swords, the final chapter, and then that new beginning with the Fool. Oh, yeah, just be mindful. There's energy of strings attached still around. It could be your person who's still got some kind of strings attached that they're going through as well. Come through for a reason, okay. Seeing the sword, the sword in the stone. Ah, look at her. Remember who you are. Remember what you deserve. This isn't about waiting for something. This is about you getting ready to receive from the divine what you truly deserve. Not settling for what you did in the past. Not allowing this, you came to each other to trigger each other's mirrors, to trigger each other's shadow to be completely destroyed. So that light that you finally found in yourself could truly come through, and your person doing the exact same thing, okay? This isn't about the past anymore. This isn't about holding on to that version of them or yourself. Finally, it's time. You are the Empress. That's come out twice. Beautiful, divine feminine energy. You don't have strings attached. You honor who you are. You are revering who you are. Self-reverence. Oh my God, and the Lovers. So this is what's going to help you. You truly into your divine feminine energy is what's calling this in. Sometimes divine feminine, you can be in this energy where you want to take action, you want to go. Even if it's to do with your health, you want to, that running was coming through for a reason, for maybe excessive energy is big for you, whoever you are. Could be many different things. But, you want to run every day. You want to lift all those weights. I'm not saying these things aren't healthy for you, but sometimes you need to pause and rest. Because how can your masculine, in his divinity, in his divine masculine, come in if you're constantly doing? You need to find balance, and that's why that was coming through big for you, because you have been finding inner union. Just remember this, especially in these final little hurdles that are coming through for you. Because like I say, something's going to come through very fast, okay? And this is to do with your path of purpose as well. So yeah, divine. You just need to focus on this energy within you, your divine feminine. Remember yourself. What turns you on about you. I'm talking about the little things. That's where your beauty is. That's where your pleasure is. Your inner sensuality. You're here. You really are here to be that guiding light. And the more you stepped into that, remember that. Lights magnetize. I said that. Magnetize a lot. Know your worth. Because that's where the right people as well are going to come through. Okay. Oh my god. Literally. Swept off your feet in romantic gestures. This is where you're going to need to be mindful of who's coming in. Because, when your divine masculine does want to come through, it can often be the case that there's various masculines that want to come through at the same time. And you won't even always realise it. Eventually you'll understand. But you can do what you want, obviously, whatever feels right for you. But this is just some guidance to remember your worth, what you want. Because when you're in that state of suddenly the emotional anxiety or the mental overwhelm comes over you, it can be easy, to go into that direction where suddenly something's coming and it's feeling good. Yeah, remember what's worth fighting for. You are as well. I'm hearing literally like being, I'm hearing courted. That's really like an old school term, so that could really work. And with this romance energy, you deserve to be put the effort into. So that's why the Empress is coming. So step into that, you know, be that for yourself. You are deserving of that. Not just this quickly impulsive and not really holding it down and a little bit of communication here and there. No, you deserve consistent effort. The Eight of Coins, you deserve that. Because what you have to give. Yeah, your heart, your light. I'm hearing also other things that maybe have been on pause as well. I'm hearing celibacy, that kind of stuff. 4 of Wands, celebrating union. So be mindful of where you're giving your energy into who. Your worth. It's beautiful. That's so good. That's nice. The 3 of Swords in reverse. It says overcoming sorrow here. That's beautiful. So that's a card of reconciliation as well, actually. But I think this is really you within yourself. You're overcoming this by yourself. That's powerful. I do think there's going to be a lot of offers coming your way, That's why you're going to need to just pause and reflect. Give yourself some time. Honour that. So that the past cycle doesn't come through to try to, oh my God, take over with those past things that you've been beautifully clearing through. Congratulations, new beginnings. The Star. You need more faith. You need more faith in this. That's why you're going to need to, and I said that before, you're going to need to, there might be this energy of it is too good to be true, maybe. I don't know if you say that to yourself, but in the back of your mind, subconsciously, again, this is where you need to pause, slow down, recognize all the work you've been coming through. Don't get suddenly this egoic template that wants to come through, because you have had towers in the past. You have. It's shock you, So you're now doing something that's so not in the norm that you've grown up with. It's a new beginning that wants to come through. This is sturdy. This is safe and stable. Congratulations, 6 of Wands. Actually, this is, like I said before, this is your true path. It's your path of success. I'm going to get these for you. What do you need to be aware of moving forwards? That's really funny. Surrender to divine. Okay, a personal issue reaches resolution. It's time to take action. The action here is to do with that personal, the closure of that karmic cycle. That's what that's about. And this is where you're learning to surrender to this connection and how that's unfolding for that to come through. This is why your inner union is so, so powerful and so much part of your purpose before your person comes through. Communication is key. Looking at the bigger picture, yeah. Before you spiral, because that clearly is coming through for a reason, look at the bigger picture. Step back. Yeah. Especially when illumination comes in and, you begin to understand things differently that have been stuck and now you're getting answers. Pause. There's such a wider purpose for this. Like I said, this has been going on for lifetimes for you. This evolution. Okay. Hold your vision, literally. So when things want to come through to try and pull you away internally, remember who you are, hold your vision, a win-win outcome. Okay. You're someone exceptional. Bring love into the situation. The way that's landed right there. And that landed on that Page of Cups. That is about those loving exchanges, even if it's little. It's true. It's from your heart, that kind of energy. Not the illusionary concept of, I'm not talking about emotional immaturity. You know what I mean? New start is coming. Honouring your heart. And that of others as well, may I add. Aquarius energy. Yeah, you're going to need to respond from love in this one. It's time to release negativity, because whatever that negativity is that we keep talking about, nothing's going to come of it. So what are you telling yourself? These feelings, they'll come through, of course, because they need to be cleared by you. That's part of your purpose. That fire, to burn it into ashes so you can rise on those ashes. Communication is key. It's a really important message. Your communication skills, don't let the past hold you back, okay? I'm going to get you a beautiful animal guidance card here, and then I'm going to get some oracles, because I want to see what your person wants to say to you. You are magical, this crow. There is something new happening, an event. It could be to do with audience again, society, that kind of thing. There's something about that's important for you. But again, your memories and your subconscious mind that store those memories, your subconscious, don't forget, it rules 95% of your actual reality, living reality. So it'll be coming through, you know, and some things might even unearth that you weren't expecting, but allow that so you can clear through that. Don't let it take over. You're magical being. Wow. It also says clever problem solver. And don't forget Virgo energy is coming through, and that is very much, you know, the analytical problem solver, literally. That makes, I wondered if this would come through, to be honest. That fire rising from the ashes that I just mentioned, 24, Phoenix, death and rebirth, immortal, catalytic heart awakening, rising up from the ashes, total transformation, complete renewal. Birds generally could be important for you as well. Okay, seeing that Phoenix in Harry Potter. Okay, rising up from the ashes. Wow. This, your rebirth, you just got to honor this. Yeah, lifting out of negativity. Beautiful hummingbird. Finding your beautiful sweet nectar, that goodness. Knowing where it is now. You know, not being stuck in that past way. You're following this now. Enjoyment. Again, I said stay present so you can enjoy this moment. Do the things that you enjoy. That's what this is about. That's what this is. You're finding your nectar, but as you're doing so, you're becoming able to receive that in return in ways that divine is orchestrating. Okay, so it's not like specific expectation. This is what's helping you to lift out of negativity. There's becoming more of a lightness of being. You release it. I just literally just felt the release. You're going to feel that rapid response, communication. Pause. Allow yourself to breathe through this. There's a resilience. The metamorphosis, the butterfly. I know this is truly is an evolution of your soul. Powerful. You're powerful. Okay. There's something so much bigger planned for you divinely, so don't even worry about whatever you feel, how, you know, the things you've experienced has been for a reason. Don't worry about keep repeating. That's happening in your mind and in your heart. Release it. There's something so much bigger for you. Look at this. Another twin flame confirmation. Swans. Divination as well. Deep soul connections, blooming love, faith. That's important for your faith, okay? The one. We've also got this. You really could be moving, you know. This is a card of reconciliation. Relocation. So you're on a quest, you know where you're going, you're dependable, you're faithful. Okay, so your connection. Quickly get these and I'll get the message cards. Connection that is also here. Anything that you need to be aware of for that. It's a very you message though. Yeah, this did feel, yeah, there's a lot of passion here for sure. But I don't think that you've expressed your emotions to each other at all. And if anything, you felt that abandonment mood massively. Okay, massively. I think that there's part of you that even released the connection, the person, whatever. But it's allowed you to focus more on what you do want that I mentioned. And that's something that's really important for you. To focus on what you do want, not what's gone and hasn't been. That's where you're accessing your authentic self, your light. That's your actual divine truth. You know, allowing you to be in your heart space. New love cycle. Wedding. When the time is right. Okay, anything else for your connection? Well, knowing you deserve, you had to, whatever happened here, you didn't even recognize how much you deserve this. That's why that's a consistent message. It's really strongly, powerfully coming through. You deserve love. You had to learn this. You are lovable. Remember that. Make the effort. Okay. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to. So access your emotions. Allow your emotions to come through. This is how you stably feel and heal them, you know. Past life relationship, yeah, makes sense. Is there anything else that you need to be aware of for your connection? Again, another card of being present is worth waiting for. Divine timing's at play. So they don't really want to say anything on that. This is more to do with you for sure. Be present, because the more you're present, the more you can actually, like I say, constant message, receive children. Okay. Part of me, I said I'll do it, so I'm going to do it. If there's anything that your person wants to say to you, because this is really a you focused, you know, you need to, let's just see though. Anything else that your divine masculine wants to say to you? So this is a special message card is what it says. So number 1, our hearts are connected. Take a moment to close your eyes and feel the connection. Okay. We've actually got another one under here as well. Something about that special messages. It's like maybe you do communicate in that. I'm hearing astral, so maybe when you're sleeping. Okay, communication. Number 7. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. Because just as you're clearing through some stuff, they are. Believe it, they are. They have to, it's part of their purpose. I can feel they want to communicate. That's why I don't feel like it's going to be that long, but they're still healing through some stuff, so they need to do that as part of their purpose. And you have to clear your own cycles, your own journeys to find that inner union. Number 9, I feel abandoned. I often feel like others let me down, and this is a mirroring thing. You both have this abandonment wound, so the more you heal through and clear through that and find that stability and safety within yourself, it's actually going to be helping them, Ooh. This just fell to the floor. It feels like a really secretive message or something, the way that number 9, I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. This is what they truly want to say to you, truly. But like I say, it's a secret right now. They're dealing with their abandonment wounds. They don't want to, They also, don't forget, they have their own divine mission as well. So they're fulfilling what they need to fulfill to understand that for them. Ah, look at that. It's a card of union. We must remember that we are gods and goddesses and work to embody that energy. Number 10. Oops. Card of union. Feels like it slips through your fingers sometimes, but it's there. It's powerful. Your hearts are connected. That's really beautiful. That's why stay in your heart space. Don't avoid your emotions. It's needed for you and your person. I think that you're both kind of going through a bit of a transformation here, You won't know this, though. Number 2, karmic ties. I'm struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms, which is exactly why I keep saying to you that codependency, release it, heal through it, because it's going to help them, because they're struggling with that right now too. And, Divine Feminine, don't forget, you do lead in that energetic space, that emotional space. So with this, and it does say you're closing this out. So, and this has been something from your childhood as well. So work on it. Running could be important to somebody. So yeah, they do have some habits of their own that they know they need to handle, okay? So allow yourself to recognize that, when you feel that pull to attach to something or to move towards whatever it is that's giving you that hit of pleasure, dopamine, validation, that's the exact key moment to pause and ask yourself, what is this emotion? And it can be so difficult in that moment, that triggering moment. It's like everything is overtaking you, but this is where your healthy tools are going to be so important. Don't forget that Queen of Coins, she's got many healthy tools. Call on yourself, because your subconscious mind right now, you're rewiring, okay? And so is your person. Number 10, the planets are activating us to heal and bringing us closer together. Surrender to the changes. Surrendering to divine. There's a lot cosmically going on. You're both very cosmically connected to the cosmos and each other. They are trying to handle their situation too. So, anything else from your person to you currently? Okay, communication. When we're talking, things just come out of my mouth, and afterwards, I'm not even sure why I said them. I think this honestly, this connection for them came in such a overwhelming energy, which makes sense. But this is why it's kind of like they're trying to understand how to physically honor that, how to actually physically handle themselves in this. It's not what everything they've experienced. Okay. That's again their thing then, that abandonment mood. I'm seeing that Milky Way, maybe they truly do have a lot of fame or something, and they need people to validate them, they need people around them or something. They're learning how to heal through that, so keep on top of you as well. Number 4, your or our inner children need to come first. Trust that they are part of our plan. Okay, so number 6, we project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. The patterns are your inner child, that foundation. So you've got to clear through that. You've got to become conscious of this. Okay, number 5, card of union as well. 5 could be important. Please send me energetic support. Use a frequency of love to uplift me, because I need your help. Yeah, and the more that you stay in that heart space, that love for each other, and I'm talking about unconditional, not just because you think that they're a person and they're going to, but truly honouring that they are their own being on their own magical journey, and look at what they activated within you, and allowing them to do that. It really allows you to stay in that heart space for them, and that's massively important for them, believe it or not, because they have a lot to handle themselves. Okay, so stay in your heart for yourself as well. This is a really beautiful message. There's something beautiful coming through. I need to just do these. Called me. Anything else you need to be aware of moving forward? Feminine, yeah, things are going to be move forward more smoothly, more seamlessly. There's going to be the right people around you. There's teamwork energy, there's progress, there's precision, there's divine timing here to move this innovation as well. Again, that's come through. You really are doing something brand new, not been done before. Developing well over time. Okay, don't stress, don't put pressure on yourself. This is really important for you. You know, stay your root chakra as well. So when the fears and the anger, maybe whatever comes through, stay grounded. Yeah, this is where, you know, be mindful of the way that the communication is taking place. I'm not talking about with your person, I'm talking about with whatever's happening around you, because this is whatever's coming through is going to be an opportunity to close out whatever this is. Staying in that divine feminine energy. Again, it says grace. Even when you triggered, know when to honor your emotions to such a space that your healthy boundaries are going to protect you from anything blowing up, any kind of anger, you know. And it can be difficult, but you've got to honor your alignment here. Your alignment is powerful for when you move forward. Some kind of communication as well. Again, travel is coming through. Okay, written communication. Someone wants to make contact. Some kind of news is coming your way. Okay, what else moving forward? So if that does trigger you, come back to you. Maybe it's done in a way that you're not expecting. It's okay. Let people do what they need to do on their journey. Recognize where it's coming, accessing your subconscious triggers. That's a beautiful time for you to move forth. Okay, yeah. So it feels like this is a card of reconciliation, actually, number 9. So happy, harmony, beauty, a gift, reconciliation, expressive, openness, appreciation, warmth, love. Okay, but this is saying the red herring. So maybe you're going to see this as something that, like I said, it's not going to be how you're expecting. So maybe you're going to think that it's just, it's not real or something. This is where I was saying be mindful that your guards don't suddenly come up. Let's just get some clarity for you, because that's really confusing. I think there's just something about reflection and not anger. Mask. Stay centered. Stay centered. Yeah, and maybe somebody does come through with a mask, and this is where you're going to get triggered, you know. But stay centered. Okay, that the confirmation here. So meditation, this could be a pivotal thing, the cycle that you're about to close out, for someone to recognize, so you're not triggered, so they can carry on doing what they need to do. It's actually going to help them to step up as well, believe it or not, on their own journey. You know, you need to stay in your alignment. Find what feels right for you. That heart space, it's your heart. This is your firm foundation, you know. Because if you're going to keep getting triggered by someone, then you're not going to elevate and expand. And, you know, this isn't about them and how they're coming in. This is about you now. You know, your heart. You have true love in your heart. Desire, joy, bliss. You know, there's romance again here. There's something about forgiveness. And you don't have to have a conversation to forgive. But truly, it's okay. Step back. There's definitely something about a separation here. There's been standoffish, non-committal energies. But with your heart leading now, allowing room for someone to do things the way they need to do, as long as you've got your healthy boundaries, this is what's going to create this firm foundation moving forwards. Number 14, destiny. Thoughts are becoming things. You're visionary, you are. Okay, so your firm foundation first and foremost starts within yourself. Okay, yeah, the lily, established. You're mature now. In the past, maybe you did, you know, maybe there was a bit of a blow-up situation, that tower, of course, but you've presented each other's fears to each other, you know, the shadow came through, so that's going to probably want to spark again, but you've been healing through that, so remember that. Okay, authenticity, heart space. And quickly, remember this card is very important. You have to embody the gods and goddesses that you are. Work to embody this. Remember that that's who you are within you, that divine energy. So when someone presents in a more masculine, wounded or distorted energy, and that triggers you, come back to this. Remember who you are. And also don't focus on the distorted version. That's not what you're here to focus on. You're here to focus on the divine version of self, okay? That's what you want to welcome in every aspect of your life, okay? So remember that. It's a really powerful message for you, okay? Because this is what's going to help you to come back to center, alignment, and your divine purpose. however you handle what's coming through, communication, whether it's your personal or any kind of communication, you know, it could be family, friends, colleagues, is so important for your forward movement, how you're gathering that now, right? Because if it's you triggered, come back to your heart. Healthy boundaries. Sometimes you do need time before you respond, right? Instant triggers. So remember that, okay? You've got this. Just be honest as well, be clear and transparent with that, okay? Sending love.